was another shitty day, of another shitty month, of another year, of another shitty life. I was sitting in my shitty office, in a shitty building, in a shitty part of a shitty town. I was going over a case that went cold weeks ago. It was shitty. That's when I noticed that my roof was leaking.
Shit.
This was before my plastic surgery, of course, which would account for why I looked so different back then. But that day, that's when she walked into my life and ruined it.
Sir, your 2 o'clock is here.
Not her, the next broad.
All right, send her in.
She had legs as long as the Nile River and the brightest red lipstick I had ever seen, which I thought was weird because everything was in black and white. But she turned to me and said,
You sharp?
I try to be.
Well, are you or aren't you?
Just my name, not necessarily my description, honey. Why don't you tell me who you are?
The name is Atal. Femme et Atal.
I had a thing for pun names, and I could tell instantly that she wanted me. She couldn't take her eyes off of me.
You have to be one of the most unattractive dicks I have ever seen.
Hey, you haven't even seen it yet. Why don't you just tell me why you're here?
Okay, but first, would you care to pretend to light this?
Sure thing.
It all started 3 months ago when I noticed that my husband was stealing money from his employers. I knew that if they found out, they'd put a hit on him and the kids. And I couldn't let that happen. So I killed him and the kids myself. The thing is, now they're after me. And plus, I'm wanted by the police. That's why I need your help.
She started flapping a trap about a husband and a sister or some shit. I only pretended to listen while I stared at her jugs. Besides, she was probably full of more lies than she was venereal diseases.
Hey, I am not lying, and I do not have any sort of venereal disease, thank you very much.
Excuse me.
Oh, nothing.
Plus, she was kind of bitchy.
I'm just so scared. Please help me.
She had this desperate look in her eyes. I'd have wanted her right then and there if I hadn't known her vagina was so rotten.
Whose vagina are you calling rotten?
Who are you talking to, Mr. Dell?
She started talking to an empty corner of the room. It was then that I began to suspect that she was also a little bit mentally unbalanced.
Mentally unbalanced? How dare you call me that? Who are you even talking to?
Who are you talking to, Mr. Dell? There's no one there.
This guy right here. He's been giving commentary ever since I walked in. He says I have a rotten vagina.
Well, there's no one there. For the record, I'm sure your vagina's lovely.
I was lying. And man, did she look pissed. Her syphilitic brain, combined with the effect of her open sewer of a uterus, must have finally made her snap. Then, for no reason, she swiped at the air.
Mr. Dell, I don't know what you think you see, but I assure you there's no one there.
What are you talking about? He's right here. He keeps making fun of me and talking about my vajayjay.
Trust me, Mr. Dell, I think the stress is getting to you.
Oh, God. I think you're right. I don't know what to do.
It's all right. Come here.
She was at her most vulnerable. I figured if I played my cards right, I could at least get a Hummer out of this brawl.
Ew, gross. You're disgusting. You too.
It was then that I knew she was nuttier than squirrel poo. I'd often call the men in white coats on her.
Good work, Steve. I love when they storm out like that.
Me too, buddy. The next time you take the hit.
Sounds good. Sounds good.